Baptism has long been a subject of immense theological debate, particularly regarding its location and method. While many hold a traditional view that baptism must take place in a river, a closer examination of biblical texts reveals that full immersion can occur in any sufficient water source. This understanding opens the dialogue about the true essence of baptism, emphasizing the act rather than the location. Jesus' baptism in the Jordan River serves as a significant example, yet it remains clear that this was out of convenience rather than a strict directive. The Gospels recount how he came from Nazareth and entered the waters of the Jordan, but this should not be misconstrued as a requirement for all baptisms. It symbolizes the important message of identifying with humanity and initiation into his ministry, not the necessity of being baptized in a specific type of water. The encounter between Philip and the Ethiopian eunuch further reinforces this narrative. In the book of Acts, the eunuch inquires about baptism near a body of water. Notably, the text simply mentions some water, thus implying that as long as there is enough water for immersion, the source is inconsequential. This affirms the idea that any water source, be it a river, lake, or pool, serves as an appropriate location for baptism. Full immersion is the key component of baptism, as highlighted in Romans, where it signifies a burial and resurrection with Christ. This imagery encapsulates the transformative nature of the act, which connects the believer to the death and resurrection of Jesus. The depth of meaning behind the act of being immersed showcases that it is the immersion into water that matters, not the geographical placement of that water. In examining the historical context, John the Baptist's choice for river baptisms was practical due to the availability of ample water. Nevertheless, as the early church conducted mass baptisms during Pentecost, the necessity of rivers became moot, as believers were baptized in whatever sources were at hand, further eliminating the notion of a singular location. Ultimately, the command from Christ is a call to baptism without delineating specific geographical constraints. Thus, whether in the river, a lake, or a simple bath, as long as there is sufficient water for immersion, the act aligns with biblical principles.